is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
To DBL. It's Monday, February 8th. That was the weekend with the big halftime show performance at the Super Bowl last night. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. We all got a lot to say. I hope you had a good weekend. No pun intended. Let's get right to this. Let's get right to this.
I like how you started off, Jeff.
Let's talk about the halftime show. The weekend divided a lot of people. Some loved it, some thought it was forgettable, and some couldn't make sense of the bandages the dancers had around them, as you can see in that picture right now. A few people online said the bandages, they look like jock straps. So what do you think, guys? Let's get right to it. Good or bad?
Pop
Stephanie?
Get ready for the slate train because it's in full force.
It was awful. I think I was the only one on the panel that brought this up last week because everyone was all into like the game, which whatever. But I was into, is The Weeknd going to step up to the plate? Is he going to give us what we need? The Super Bowl is like, America is relying on the Super Bowl right now. We need happiness. We need entertainment. We need, like, you know, 2021 is like our year. And then The Weeknd comes out with the same stuff that I've seen for the last 12 months. There was zero effort. He put $7 million of his own money into what exactly? Into what? He's worn that outfit every time I've seen him. And do you know why apparently the dancers were wearing those masks, bandages? It's meant to be because he says that all of Hollywood has all this plastic surgery and we all feel like we need to. Well, hello, his veneers were outshining any of them masks.
Wow.
I was so disappointed. He gave everyone so much grief. I'm sorry, this really annoyed me. I need to get it off my chest. He gave everyone so much grief saying, I'm going to be one of the only performers that sings at the Super Bowl live. I wish you hadn't, love, because it was bloody awful. And how dare you, because Beyonce did, Prince did, Gaga did, J-Lo did.
I think we got the point. We got the point.
She said get ready for a little toodaloo.
And this is a half-hour show.
Yeah.
Brandon, turn the positivity dial up a little bit.
I'm trying to, but I feel the same sentiment
as most people did.
Yeah, I'm a little watered down with it because, all right. So I'll play devil's advocate
I will. Go for it.
That man just put up, that's the thing about being an artist. We bare our souls. And if you're The Weeknd, this is why you have to be that successful. This is why you have to have that confidence in you. Because if you're going to do a Super Bowl halftime show all by yourself, facing a whole Stephanie Jones rant the next day, you have to have that confidence in your art. And that's what he did. He put his art out there.
Give him a chance. I love The Weeknd songs. I genuinely do.
Yes.
The Hills, Starboy. When he opened up with that, I was hoping, as well, where was Daft Punk? Uninvited, because apparently this was just a Weeknd show. Shame on you, because it was embarrassing.
Wow, Jeff, throw some positivity in there.
I'm trying to, mate. Listen, I'm the one who said I was a little skeptical about The Weeknd doing his thing.
Okay.
$7 million, that was of
his own money.
I don't know where the money went, to be honest with you. I didn't.
I don't know either.
We text each other during the halftime show. I'm like, somebody gave him a bad quote.
Yeah.
Somebody gave him a bad quote.
The Super Bowl paid for all the dancers for the majority of the set. They paid for that. So where did his money go? Down the bloody drain is where? Or on his teeth, apparently.
But he did sound all right. He sounded good. He did his hit songs.
The sound was terrible. What were you listening to?
Wow.
I think my ears were gone from like cheering.
All right.
I'm sorry, I love The Weeknd, and he's got to a certain level of fame to be no, I like his songs. I like The Weeknd songs. He's meant to be an artist. I'm sick of this. Give us something new. America was relying on this. We need that happy moment. We need something different.
All right. Listen, everybody's getting all in the weeds. Sunday's about the game, okay? It's about the game, not about the commercials or anything like that, even though that's what we're talking about. So, The Weeknd's performance has also sparked a million memes. The singer performed his hit song. Stephanie, close your eyes and plug your ears because we're going to talk a little bit more about him. I can't feel my face while holding a camera to his face in his sparkling hall of mirrors.
Embarrassing.
It was enough to set the internet and Stephanie on fire. One person wrote, quote, me looking around for real pants when the pandemic's over after only wearing sweatpants for a year. Yeah. Here's another one, looking for my phone when it's in my hand. That was very TikTok-y, I thought, this part. And this is one for the parents out there. My camera roll when I take my iPad back from my toddler. That's very relatable. I relate to that.
You want to know where that $7 million went? Right there. Look at the production. Look at the lights. Look at the stage.
What production? I could have done that at home with a disco light and my mobile phone.
You guys
are terrible.
You're acting like he's holding an iPhone 7. Like that's an expensive camera. Look, the
pretty much looks like
I appreciate the effort, though, Brandon.
I don't appreciate no effort. I'm sorry.
It was.
And I just think, excuse me as well. How dare he be like, oh, we're all wearing these bandages and masks, and that's why I've been covering up like this because of the pressures of Hollywood. Yet he forgets he dated the Hadid sister Bella, who has obviously had a lot of work done, and now he's all about slating that when he goes out and performs like that. Ugh, get away.
You gotta get it in to get it out, but you gotta get it out to get it in. He had to go through it and see all that before.
He got it in by getting that gig, and now it's definitely going to get out because you know your 5 minutes of fame with your TikTok song are long gone now, darling. And you had one chance. You had a $35 million platform to sell yourself.
She needs to take this up with Rock Nation.
We got enough. We're moving on to commercials. That's done. All right, here we go. Another big highlight from the Super Bowl were the commercials. Here are some of what we thought were the best. Winona Ryder and Timothée Chalamet continued the Edward Scissorhands story for Cadillac. I like this. Let's watch.
Edgar, you're going to be late. this one. My son, Edgar.
Next up, Lancer Street.
How magnets and opposite poles can actually.
Yay or nay?
I like that.
That was
we
cool.
go.
Oh,
There we
wow.
go. We turned that frown upside down.
There we go.
You've got to love Edward Scissorhands.
Yes,
Amazing. Great costume. Thought has gone into that. I appreciate it.
And Winona Ryder getting back in there. I
Yep.
liked it. This one was my favorite one of the night. Speaking of Blast from the Past, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher joined forces with the one and only Shaggy for my favorite commercial of the night, this Cheetos commercial. Take a look.
You even had him in the shower.
It wasn't me.
I even caught you on camera.
You're the one who granted access to your snacks. Don't act surprised that she sneak behind your back. You gotta keep tabs before she empty that bag. Let's review the situation. Orange fingers, red flag.
That was my favorite
That
one
was
of the
awesome.
night.
That was
How about you
good.
guys? Did you guys like that one?
I love that, and we were talking about this couple last week saying how they don't do much together because they're looking after their kids. So
Yep.
I love that.
I
Nice.
saw them in the Soho House in West Hollywood one time. They had their kids
Wow.
together. I was looking like,
Pick
wow,
that up, E-London.
couple goals. But this was the first time, at the end of the commercial when Shaggy talked, I think that was my first time ever hearing Shaggy talk, not sing. That was what blew me away with the commercial.
And his reaction at the end was the best. Like when he's just looking with his eyes.
That was a good commercial. That was,
They did a good
yeah,
job.
we had some good commercials last night. I hope we get to the State Farm one.
All right, well, we got Bruce Springsteen up next, which I didn't even recognize him. I don't know about you guys. Bruce Springsteen preached a message of unity in a 2-minute Jeep ad. Let's watch.
Now, fear has never been the best of who we are. And as for freedom, it's not the property of just the fortunate few. It belongs to us all. Whoever you are, wherever you're from. It's what connects us. And we need that connection. We need the middle.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was half into my ribs and half into the commercial. I was like, that guy looks a lot like Bruce Springsteen.
He looks good.
It didn't click. Yeah, well, I mean, he looks older, right? We're all getting
Well,
older.
yeah,
but I haven't
but I
seen
thought he
him in a
looked pretty
while.
good.
Yeah, yeah. Whoa, take it easy, Steph.
Yeah, you're on fire today. You're on fire today.
I'm passionate about everything but the game.
All right, all right. Brandon, you want to say anything about Bruce Springsteen? Better be good, or Steph's coming to get you.
Never knew what he looked like. It was my first time seeing what Bruce Springsteen looks like. Yeah, yeah.
wow.
Pretty good looking
Well, there
guy
you go.
right there. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, this ad for Oatly Oatmeal or Oatly Oat Milk had a lot of people thinking, was it good or bad? I remember this one. Watch.
It's like milk, but made for humans. Wow, wow, no cow. No, no, no. Wow, wow, no cow.
All right, that was for oat milk.
So-
I got
Oatly.
It's a Chick-fil-A for milk.
kinda.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yes.
oat milk.
Because Chick-fil-A uses. Oh yeah, because
No,
the cow.
Chick-fil-A
Like, get
is
away from
chicken.
the
This
cow.
is a vegan product.
Yeah, but I'm saying like eat more, like get away from the cow. That's what he's saying. Get away from the cow.
Yes.
Drink more oat milk, like
Correct.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I got you. I got
Yes.
you.
See,
I go deep,
I'm picking up what
Stephanie.
you're throwing down.
I go deep.
I was here for it. That was the CEO of Oatly. I drink Oatly. I don't drink real milk. I love it. I thought it was great. I thought he performed better than the halftime show. Loved it. I loved the little keyboard in the field. I was there for it. That really made me happy.
I think it's one of those things that are so weird. It's kind of like catchy.
I love it. The
you know?
weirder, the better. Look at him. Look at him go. He's jamming.
Are you
Steph, you're
serious?
talking about
I'm
production
serious.
value.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. This made me really happy.
Stephanie, he's playing a no, it's not a ukulele. That's
It's a
keyboard in the
keyboard.
middle of an oat farm.
I'm here for it.
That gets your knickerbockers in the
I
bunch.
was here for it. It made me smile. I loved it. Love it.
It was catchy. I'll give her that.
Wow.
I remembered it, right? Didn't you
I don't
remember?
I remembered
I don't
it.
remember that. I will remember it now because of her response.
Quickly,
to
what
it.
was your favorite?
The Drake State Farm
We don't have that
commercial?
one,
We
yeah.
don't have it, but remember he was the stand-in,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was trying to sing like a good name, and he was like, the guy was like, yeah, well, stand-ins don't talk, don't say. He was
And
like,
what's
oh, I'm
his name made
sorry.
an appearance too? I can't think. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. That to
jumped in
me
there.
was that won the night.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That one, but apparently it wasn't better than Oatly oat milk.
I think a lot of people
Loved
were
it.
jumping on board with that one. All right, let's take a deep breath. It got hot in here on a Monday. I like it. Coming up on DBL, Tori is talking to the notorious 90s newsmaker, Hollywood madam Heidi Fleiss, from life post-scandal to her infamous Little Black Book. We're not afraid to go there.
Closed captioning provided by
where they stand in front of the Statue of Liberty and talk about how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need?
Yes.
Welcome to DBL. Sex, fame, and fortune. The Heidi Fleiss scandal had it all. The Hollywood Madam was a 90s tabloid sensation known for running an upscale prostitution ring in LA. Her arrest made headlines. It was only rivaled in that decade by OJ and Bill Clinton. But unlike them, not many people know what Heidi is up to these days. Here's a hint. It has to do with a bird rescue, which you'll clearly hear in this interview. And earlier, Heidi took Tori back to her reign on top in part 1 of Notorious Newsmakers.
Joining me is the one, the only Heidi Fleiss. Thank you so much, Heidi, for taking the time to talk to us today. It's hard to believe it's been 2 decades since your reign as the Hollywood Madam. Your life looks very different now, and I'm really excited for our viewers to hear all about your new passion, which we can see over your shoulder. But I want to go Wayne's World back in time. I want you to take me back to the early 90s. You're on top of the world. You're making $300,000 a week, and you're rubbing elbows with the most powerful people. Talk to me and paint a picture. Was life as glamorous as it looked?
Well, I remember one time I opened my bedroom, and Prince came out of my bedroom. Prince was dancing in my living room, okay? So I turned around, went back in my bed. I was like, oh my God, Prince is dancing in my living room.
Oh my God. Was it insane?
Oh, it was so much. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
And look this isn't some Jeffrey Epstein weirdo stuff. These are adults. These are very wealthy men. These are girls who moved specifically to LA to meet these rich guys. And they're adults making adult decisions. I was the match, the grinder, the Tinder. I was all of it.
It's true.
And a travel agency and a limo service too.
Wow, you absolutely were totally consensual, which makes it so different. But people were obsessed and still are with your little black book. And to this day, you famously refuse to name your clients no matter how much money is thrown at you. Why was it easy for you to kind of be the Hollywood Madam, but you won't break your silence? I think that's so fascinating. Tell me about your loyalty there.
It's just, everybody knew, we all knew what we were doing, and just because, That day, I knew that guy, the undercover cop that arrested me. It was my fault. I was high and I clouded my judgment. I sunk my own ship. Why should I destroy everyone else? I had a great relationship with the people. I dealt with the wealthiest people in the world. For Christmas, I would get gifts like, one client paid me as a gift $10,000 in $500 bills.
Oh my
things
God.
like
Heidi. Oh my God. All right, so let me pick us back up on our timeline. It's 1993. Your life is really starting to change. You have an arrest, and the trials are very like OJ levels big, right? There was the famous Charlie Sheen testimony, then the prison sentence in 96. And I want our audience to know this was not like a Lori Loughlin prison, right? This was like a real 20-month in prison, serious time. How do you remember that time? Take me back there. What was that like?
it was 36 months, and I did start off camp that where Felicity Huffman was. I started there, but I ended up across the street at this hardcore women's penitentiary where women will die there.
We're not done with Heidi Fleiss just yet. Later on, Heidi takes us behind bars and shares shocking stories from her time in and out of prison. You do not want to miss part 2 of Notorious Newsmakers.
There were times when, I've never been so terrified. I thought I was going to have to kill some girl on a weight pile and spend the rest of my life there. It was really hard.
Welcome back to DBL. You just saw Tori with Heidi Fleiss, the infamous Hollywood madam from the 90s. In part 2, Heidi shares how prison shaped her passion for rescuing birds. And a heads up, you're going to hear those birds during the interview. Notorious Newsmakers continues right now.
And I want our audience to know this was not like a Lori Loughlin prison, right? This was like a real 20-month in prison, serious time. How do you remember that time? Take me back. What was that like?
It was, of course, looking back, it was easy. It was no problem. It was fun. It's over. But it was not. There were times when, I've never been so terrified. I thought I was going to have to kill some girl on a weight pile and spend the rest of my life there. It was really hard.
Did you use your smarts to sort of figure out where you went in prison to kind of figure out how to survive?
Well, I didn't look around and think I could be pimping out my roommates.
That's great. We'll lead with that. That's perfect.
Actually, prison was probably the most important thing that happened to me because I viewed the world differently. differently when I got out, and that's how I wound up with all these birds.
I want to go to the birds because you might not have noticed the sounds, everyone, but there's some birds going on, and I want to know about this. You have a very interesting passion for macaws and parrots. Tell me about your passion and why you relate to the cages that you said, and I wanted you to explain that. I think that is so fascinating. Talk to me.
When I got out of prison, I saw a bird in a cage, and it was different. Well, I know why I went to prison. The bird shouldn't be in a cage. And people don't realize what the pain that they endure when because they're born in a cage and they will die in that cage. There's no other option for them in the United States. Nothing.
Wow.
I don't want to do this with my life. I don't like them. But somebody has to address this. If they were enduring and cuddly, everyone loves a puppy or a kid. If they had any of those likable qualities, this wouldn't have carried on like this, but they're just not likable. So,
do you have an organization we can list?
Madam Macaw Foundation.
Thank you so much, Heidi. So good talking to you.
Oh, anytime. Thanks for helping the birds.
Of course. Bye, love. Bye, Red.
Bye.
What a great interview. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. We got to get this last story. And Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers dropped a huge bombshell while picking up his MVP award during the NFL Honor Show this weekend. Take a look.
2020 was definitely a crazy year, filled with lots of change, growth, some amazing, memorable moments. 180 straight days of having my nose hair scraped, playing for very little fans or no stands the entire season. I got engaged, and I played some of the best football in my career.
Nose hair scraped,
Casual.
engaged. Yeah, very casual. He mentioned he was engaged. It was just last week that reports claiming that he dated actress Shailene Woodley. There you see right there. If so, we don't know how long they've been dating. Also, Aaron did not mention his fiancée by name during his speech. So this is still speculation, right? And you remember her?
It was not speculation because he said he's engaged.
Yeah.
But is it a 100%? Can we say that now?
You have to. If you put it on social media, it's official. If you put it during the NFL Honors, it's fully official.
All right, all right.
We think it's obviously to Shailene Woodley. She was in the Fault in Our Stars. She was in Big Little Lies. She's a wonderful actress. And prior to that, he was with Olivia. I can't say
Olivia Munn.
And he said during that time they were together for several years, and he didn't like how much they were in the spotlight. He struggled with that a lot. So I think they've kept this very low key.
Yep.
It's been COVID, and people have progressed quickly. So congratulations to them.
There we go. And she ended on a good note.
And the MVP of the NFL. That's pretty good, too. We'll see you guys tomorrow.